All right, let's jump right in. We're tackling one of the biggest questions you can face as a homeowner, especially in 2025. Should you renovate the place you're in or just buy something brand new? This is a massive financial decision, so we're going to break down exactly how to make the smartest possible choice for you. So let's get straight to the heart of it. This isn't just about a nicer kitchen or a bigger backyard. No, the real question we're asking is, which of these paths actually builds more wealth for you in the long run? Because that's the real game, isn't it? And look, the stakes here could not be higher. For most of us, our home is the single biggest investment we are ever going to make. So getting this decision right, whether to renovate or buy, is absolutely crucial for your financial future. Every single dollar really, truly counts. Okay, first up, let's talk about the money you'll spend right out of the gate. We're going to do a head-to-head on the initial investment and, just as important, those hidden risks that can totally catch you by surprise. So on one side, you've got renovating. The upfront cost is often lower, right? You can grab an older, kind of dated property for less and then budget for the upgrades yourself. But then on the other side, you've got the new build, which comes with what you could call a sticker premium. You're basically paying top dollar for all the modern features, the convenience, and, well, that brand new shine. But here's the big trade-off. Renovating, it comes with a much higher financial risk. You just never know when you're going to knock down a wall and find faulty wiring or some hidden water damage that completely blows up your budget. A new build, though, it's all about predictability. The price is the price, no nasty surprises lurking behind the drywall. And that risk with renovations, it's a bigger deal now than ever. Get this, since 2022, home renovation costs have jumped by a staggering 15 to 20%. Why? Well, it's all because of shortages in both materials and skilled labor, which makes budgeting super, super critical. So here's the most crucial piece of advice. If you're gonna renovate, you absolutely must have a buffer. Seriously, the experts, the seasoned homeowners, they all say the same thing. Add a minimum 10% contingency to your budget, because trust me on this, unforeseen costs are pretty much a guarantee. All right, we've talked about what you'll spend upfront, but now let's get to what really matters for building wealth, the return on your investment. So beyond that initial spend, where's the real value hiding? Let's paint a picture here. Imagine a classic renovation scenario. You buy a solid but kind of tired-looking house in a great neighborhood for, say, $850,000. The bones are good, it just needs some love. Now, you make a smart investment of $85,000. That's just 10% of what you paid, and you spend it on the things that really move the needle. A modern kitchen, updated bathrooms, maybe a little landscaping. You're not going crazy, you're being strategic. And here's where the magic happens. This is the power of renovating. With those smart fixes, the property's value could easily jump to over $1 million. So after all your costs, you're left with $115,000 in pure equity. That's value that you created, and it blows your renovation spend right out of the water. Now, the story for a new build is totally different. You're buying at the absolute peak of the market, so you're not really creating instant value yourself. You're just banking on the whole neighborhood, the broader market, to lift your investment over time. But of course, you and I both know this decision goes way beyond a spreadsheet. It's about your life, your family, your sanity. So let's talk about the lifestyle factors, the stress, and well, the soul of the home. And what's so fascinating is when you lay out the trade-offs. Renovating gives you a lower upfront cost, huge ROI potential, and total customization, right? But it also comes with way more risk and disruption to your life. Buying new is pretty much the opposite. It's super convenient, it's low risk, but it costs more to get in, and its long-term value is more tied to what the market does. There's this perfect story from an experienced homeowner that just sums it all up. One person said they bought new for the peace of mind, but their friend, they took a risk, renovated in a similar area, and ended up doubling their equity. It just goes to show, it all comes down to your priorities, your vision, and, this is critical, the price you buy in at. And this is where you really gotta be honest with yourself. What's the real goal here? Is it to create a totally unique home that you're emotionally connected to? Or is the absolute non-negotiable being in a certain school district, where maybe an older home is your only way in? These personal things are often way more important than the numbers on a page. Okay, so we've looked at the costs, the potential returns, and the lifestyle factors. Now it's time to stop analyzing and start acting. Here's a clear framework to help you make your absolute smartest move. The biggest trap any of us can fall into is what they call paralysis by analysis. You spend months, maybe even years, weighing all the options, but you never actually make a decision. Real success comes from breaking through that, from taking clear, informed steps forward. So here's your action plan. Step 1, get super clear on your goals. Is this about wealth or is it about lifestyle? Step 2, account for all the costs. I'm not just talking the reno budget. I mean things like stamp duty, legal fees, stuff that adds thousands to your total. 3, be honest about your risk profile. Can you actually sleep at night knowing your budget might blow out? 4, and this is a real pro tip, tap into what other people have learned. Forums like propertychat.ai are absolute gold mines for learning from the real-world wins and fails of others before you spend a single cent. 5, get your expert team together. And remember, your most important player might not be your builder, but a great mortgage broker who knows how to structure the financing. And finally, step 6, take action. And speaking of learning from others, if you're ready to start planning your next move, visiting a site like propertychat.ai is a brilliant next step. It's just a community of experienced homeowners sharing honest, real-world lessons. There's no sales pitch, just genuine support from people who've been exactly where you are right now. So let's leave you with this final thought. Forget the numbers for just a second. Ask yourself this: what does your future home, the one that truly supports your life, your family, your goals, what does it actually look like? Answering that question might just give you all the clarity you need.